Hey friends, I am back with another Sunday Beatspiration. Thank you so much for watching and joining me. Again, this is just 5 minutes of motivation, inspiration, whatever, however you want to take it, that I just want, like to share from whatever I've learned in life or the week or in general. So today I'm going to be talking about really failure, but I kind of wanted to, failure and fear of failure is kind of like, intertwined. And so one of the things that I discovered in like taking various personality tests and assessments, that I have a fear of being wrong, which is interesting because I didn't know that was like really like a thing. So I have a fear based on my personality of, say, not being perceived as, intelligent, not having the answers, which is kind of interesting to me anyways. And so in discovering that, I'm just like, I'm like a junkie for self-help. So I'm always like assessing, overanalyzing my own self. And so, in discovering that, I was thinking, like, what is that rooted in? And it's really like a fear of failure, because like, if you are perceived as, not knowing or a fraud, then it's, sort of like a failure at whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And so it's a fear of failure. And in discovering that, I was reading an article about, successful people that we see as successful as a society, that were failures. And funnily enough, I came across Albert Einstein, which you probably all know. And he was actually a couple of things. So he didn't speak fluently till he was 9. He had issues with speech. He did not do very well in school. He dropped out at the age of 15. He had, bad grades and was not, sort of doing well in school. Dropped out. He actually had applied to some, advanced school that he failed the test and could not, get into. And it wasn't until later on in his life that he actually became, like the father of physics, as we know. Like we say, Einstein, when we say his name, it's like synonymous or, speaks to like being intelligent, being smart, all those things. And I thought that was interesting that somebody who we see as super successful or super accomplished was actually failed at a lot of things. And, it's not uncommon that so many people who have achieved the goals that they wanted to achieve in life were failed at a lot of things and could have been at some point considered a failure. And so that gave me comfort because, you shouldn't be afraid of failing at things. Like, failure actually builds muscle, and it allows you to learn from things and to grow from things, and it allows you to see things from a different perspective. And so I was listening to a conversation that was talking about failing forward. And I thought that was a beautiful statement because it kind of speaks to the fact that when you fail, as long as you're failing forward, then it's basically worth it. And it's actually a part of the process. Actually, Einstein has a famous saying that says, success is failure in process, right? So success is failure in process. And so you happen to get to success while you're in the process, and part of that process is failure. And so I had to, in these true Beatspiration fashion, I wanted to add a scripture to this. Again, I am not an expert. I'm just a girl who loves God. And I always say that because people get hung up on, like religion and things of that nature. But, I just like to apply the Bible because it is like one of the oldest books, like over 2,000 years old. And it basically just gives us a blueprint for, experiences that people had and how those experiences had turned out and the lessons that we could learn from them. So that's why I do it. And I'm a believer. So that part. And so the scripture is James chapter 1, verse 2 through 4. And it goes, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect, complete, needing nothing. I thought that was awesome because it's basically saying that, you know, endurance is what's gonna grow you as a person. So the things that you endure, the things that you go through, the things that you're afraid of, that you push past and you move towards, that's gonna allow you to actually grow and become the person who you want to be, and, you know, become your, you know, fully walk into your best self. And so let it grow is what it's saying. Let it grow. And when you do that, then you become complete. Then you actually have nothing that you're needing anymore, because you, one, have exercised your faith, you have exercised the tools that you have, and in doing so, you've gotten a positive outcome. And through that positive outcome, now you don't really need anything, because you know how to overcome things. And again, that doesn't mean that things won't still come. It's now, we don't get to a point where everything is said and done, right? There's always going to be new challenges at your different next level. However, you now are equipped to do it. So fail forward is the moral of the story. Fail forward. Be okay with failing because it's necessary, and use that to catapult you. Don't fall in place. Don't fall backwards. Fall and fail forward, right? So I hope this was helpful, and that you could apply it to your life in somehow. Or if you ever hear any of these things that don't apply to you, I'm sure that you could, you know, somebody who you can help with this information. So thank you again for watching my Sunday Beanspiration, and don't forget to stay prayed up, and I'll see you next time.